In the rolling badlands of Montana, cliffs striped with colored rock layers hold one of the most dramatic chapters in Earth's history. This is the Hell Creek Formation, a fossil-rich deposit dating to the very end of the Cretaceous period. Here, paleontologists uncover the bones of Tyrannosaurus rex, Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, and countless other creatures that thrived just before disaster struck. What makes Hell Creek unique is timing. Its fossils capture ecosystems from the final 2 million years before the asteroid impact that ended the age of dinosaurs. For visitors, the name Hell Creek evokes both rugged landscapes and apocalyptic history. To walk its canyons is to walk through the twilight of the Mesozoic. Every bone, every leaf impression, and even every grain of sediment tells part of the story of how life ended and how new life began. For Americans, Hell Creek has become synonymous with T. rexu, and the world's most complete specimen came from here. But the formation's deeper story is not only about iconic dinosaurs, it is about ecosystems in transition, a snapshot of Earth poised on the brink of catastrophe. Hell Creek is where dinosaurs saw their last day, preserved in haunting detail across the Badlands. Step into Hell Creek 6 million years ago, and the world is alive with activity. Vast floodplains stretch across what is now the Great Plains. Slow rivers wind through forests of magnolias, sycamores, and redwoods. Swamps harbor turtles, crocodiles, and giant salamanders. Hadrosaurs like Edmontosaurus move in herds, cropping vegetation along riverbanks. Ceratopsians like Triceratops graze on shrubs, their massive frills flashing in the sun. Towering above all is Tyrannosaurus rex, apex predator of this landscape, stalking prey with bone-crushing jaws. But dinosaurs were not alone. Mammals scurried beneath ferns, including species no larger than a rat. Birds, already evolved from feathered theropods, flitted among branches. Insects buzzed, fish darted, and the air was warm and humid. This was a lush, thriving world, not a wasteland. Hell Creek preserves it all, capturing both diversity and drama. Fossil leaves reveal seasonal changes. Microfossils like pollen grains record climate. Together, these details build a vivid picture, a vibrant ecosystem brimming with life, unaware of the catastrophe to come. For older audiences, this glimpse of the last age of dinosaurs offers nostalgia mixed with awe, a reminder that even giants lived in fragile balance with their environment. The Hell Creek Formation entered scientific history in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when fossil hunters scoured the American West. Ranchers and railroad workers often stumbled upon bones eroding from hillsides, prompting expeditions for major museums. The name Hell Creek itself comes from a tributary of the Missouri River in Montana, where early fossils were described. Over time, the formation yielded some of the most iconic dinosaurs ever known. In 1902, Barnum Brown, working for the American Museum of Natural History, discovered the first Rex in Montana. Later, more specimens emerged, culminating in the discovery of Sioux in South Dakota in Nindy, the most complete Rex ever found, now displayed at Chicago's Field Museum. Hell Creek also produced extraordinary Triceratops skulls, some over 2 meters wide, and countless hadrosaur skeletons. But fossils here are not limited to dinosaurs. Mammals, fish, reptiles, plants, and even microfossils provide a complete ecosystem snapshot. The formation's layers became a global reference point for the end Cretaceous. For older audiences, the stories of dusty expeditions, plaster jackets, and epic rivalries echo the romance of the Bone Wars. But Hell Creek's significance goes beyond adventure. It has become a stage where science confronts Earth's greatest extinction event, preserved in the Badlands of America. The Hell Creek Formation is a geologic unit stretching across Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. Its layers consist of sandstones, shales, and mudstones deposited by rivers and floodplains between 67 and 66 million years ago. Within these rocks lie extraordinary fossils. The formation has yielded over 20 species of dinosaurs, including T. rex, Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, Anzu, a giant oviraptor, and smaller raptors. Fossil plants, leaves, seeds, and wood preserve the flora that fed herbivores. Crocodile bones and turtle shells show thriving aquatic life. Tiny mammal jaws reveal early experiments in mammalian diversity. What makes Hell Creek special is completeness, from giant predators to microscopic pollen. It preserves an entire ecosystem, not just isolated skeletons. Scientists can reconstruct food webs, track seasonal patterns, and even study diseases in bones. For the public, Hell Creek fossils are familiar from museum halls, massive T. rex skeletons, horned Triceratops, and hadrosaurs posed in lifelike dioramas. But the real treasure lies in context. Unlike scattered finds, Hell Creek provides continuity. It is not just bones, it is life, death, and environment captured together. The formation is a fossilized world, layered in stone, waiting for each generation to interpret anew. Hell Creek is world famous because it preserves the very end of the dinosaur era. Its youngest layers stop precisely at the boundary, marked by a thin layer of clay enriched with iridium, the global signature of the asteroid impact. This KPG boundary is visible in cliffs across the region, a literal line between two worlds. Below it lie dinosaurs, above it they vanish. By studying Hell Creek fossils, scientists trace how ecosystems functioned before extinction. Bone histology shows that Triceratops and T. rex populations were thriving, not declining. When disaster struck, pollen records revealed diverse forests up to the end, suddenly replaced by fern-dominated landscapes after impact. For decades, paleontologists debated whether dinosaurs were already in decline. Hell Creek provides the clearest answer: they were flourishing until the sky fell. This makes the formation crucial, not just for dinosaur fans, but for understanding mass extinctions. It shows how sudden, catastrophic events can reshape life on Earth. For audiences, the realization is chilling. The fossils in Hell Creek are not merely relics of a vanished age, they are victims of a planetary disaster. In their bones lies the story of the last days of the dinosaurs, preserved with haunting clarity. Hell Creek is not just a scientific site, it is part of America's cultural heritage. For locals in Montana and the Dakotas, fossil discoveries are part of community identity. Towns near fossil sites host dinosaur museums, festivals, and educational programs. The discovery of Sue, the T. rex, sparked not only scientific excitement, but also legal battles over fossil ownership, debated in courts and newspapers nationwide. This controversy highlighted the value and vulnerability of America's fossil treasures. For older audiences, Hell Creek embodies nostalgia for road trips through the Badlands, stopping at roadside dinosaur statues and small-town museums. It is part of the mythology of the American West, rugged landscapes hiding secrets of deep time. Nationally, Hell Creek fossils fuel exhibits in Chicago, New York, Washington, and Denver, linking local discoveries to global audiences. They also play a role in debates about public lands, fossil collecting, and the balance between science and commerce. The formation thus represents not just prehistoric life, but modern questions of heritage, stewardship, and identity. Protecting Hell Creek ensures that its fossils remain part of America's story, accessible to all. For audiences, It is both a place of memory and a living connection to Earth's deep past. Picture Hell Creek. 6 million years ago, the morning sun rises over swampy floodplains. A herd of Triceratops moves slowly, frills, casting shadows on the ground. Dinosaurs graze in groups, honking low calls to each other. Dragonflies the size of sparrows dart over waterlogged ponds. Suddenly, the ground vibrates. A Tyrannosaurus rex emerges from a grove, eyes fixed on the herd. Its jaws can exert 8,000 pounds of force, capable of crushing bone. The hadrosaurs bolt, tails lashing, but one straggler stumbles. With terrifying speed, the predator closes in, jaws clamping down. The swamp echoes with the sound of struggle. Then, silence. While the predator feeds, smaller creatures gather. Raptors circle cautiously. Crocodiles slide closer. Scavenging opportunities abound. Overhead, birds wheel, their feathers catching the sun. This is life in Hell Creek, dynamic, dangerous, and diverse. Yet even as this drama unfolds, disaster looms unseen. Beyond the horizon, an asteroid hurtles toward Earth. Within days, forests will burn, skies will darken, and ecosystems will collapse. But in this moment, life thrives, unaware. For visitors standing in the badlands today, the bones of these very creatures lie underfoot, silent witnesses to a world snuffed out in an instant. Hell Creek continues to yield new insights thanks to modern technology. CT scanning reveals internal structures of bones, detecting growth rings that show how fast dinosaurs matured. Geochemical analysis of teeth uncovers migration patterns, suggesting hadrosaurs traveled seasonally across great distances. Isotopic studies of eggshells reveal nesting strategies, while microscopic analysis of pollen documents abrupt climate shifts after the asteroid impact. Even soft tissue residues have been reported from T-Rex bones, sparking debates about fossil preservation. 3D mapping allows paleontologists to digitally reconstruct entire excavation sites, preserving spatial relationships among bones. This technology helps test theories of how carcasses accumulated, whether by flood, drought, or scavenging, for the public. These advances mean fossils are not static relics, but active participants in ongoing science. Each year, discoveries from Hell Creek refine our picture of the last dinosaurs. For older audiences, it underscores how science never stands still. Fossils collected decades ago, once thought fully studied, are reanalyzed with new tools, yielding fresh surprises. Hell Creek remains not only a place of discovery, but also a laboratory of innovation, where ancient bones speak with the voice of modern science. Few fossil sites capture the public imagination like Hell Creek. Its name alone conjures drama, hellish landscapes filled with the bones of giants. For many Americans, Hell Creek is where the most famous dinosaurs come from, especially to Rex. Sue's story discovery, legal battles, and eventual display became a national saga. The formation also appears in countless documentaries, books, and films, often portrayed as the stage of the dinosaurs' final moments. For older audiences, Hell Creek links nostalgia with science. They may remember seeing reconstructions of T-Rex in Chicago or Triceratops in Washington, learning that these giants once walked their own country's soil. The site has also become central to debates about fossil collecting, private ownership, and the commercialization of specimens. Such controversies spark discussions about who owns prehistory. Beyond science, Hell Creek plays a role in culture and identity. It is part of America's natural heritage, tying modern communities to deep time. It also acts as a bridge, connecting public fascination with rigorous research. For audiences worldwide, Hell Creek is not just a fossil site, it is a symbol of the end of an era, forever etched into imagination as the place where dinosaurs met their fate. The legacy of the Hell Creek Formation is profound. It is the most complete record of life at the end of the Cretaceous, preserving both the grandeur of dinosaurs and the fragility of ecosystems. Scientifically, it proves that dinosaurs were thriving until the asteroid struck, reshaping debates about extinction. Culturally, it has inspired generations, from local ranchers who found bones to museum visitors worldwide. Its fossils connect America's heartland to global history, turning prairie badlands into a stage for one of Earth's greatest dramas. The formation's legacy is also cautionary. It reminds us that extinction can be sudden, sweeping away even the mightiest. In a world facing its own environmental challenges, Hell Creek's story resonates as both a warning and an inspiration. For audiences, especially those over 40, it offers continuity. The same fossils that inspired them as children still speak today. Now with greater clarity, the bones of Trex and Triceratops are not just relics, they are storytellers, carrying the memory of a vanished world. Hell Creek endures as a place where science, culture, and imagination meet, a monument not of stone buildings, but of stone bones, preserving the last days of the dinosaurs.